The latest episode of The View turned into a fiery debate as co-hosts Sara Haines and Sunny Hostin clashed over Senator Chuck Schumer's recent vote on a Republican-led spending bill. The tension in the room was so intense that it nearly brought Joy Behar to tears. The panel was still processing Schumer's controversial decision from his Tuesday morning appearance on the show, where he defended his vote by arguing that avoiding a government shutdown was his top priority. However, many, including former Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, criticized him for what they saw as a surrender to Republican demands. Behar, who has a personal connection to the issue through her family's military service, passionately defended Schumer's decision, highlighting the importance of protecting veterans and their benefits. "My father and uncles fought in World War II, so we wouldn't have a fascist in the White House," she said emotionally. "I can almost cry today for these vets who are losing everything." She then turned her frustration toward the Democrats, urging them to stop infighting and focus on a united front against the opposition. Hostin, on the other hand, took a hard stance against Schumer, arguing that he caved to the GOP and missed an opportunity to force Republicans to take accountability. She insisted that instead of conceding, Schumer should have made the GOP explain why they were unwilling to compromise. The choice wasn't between shutting down the government and a Republican bill. It was between making them answer to the American people and giving them an easy win, Hostin asserted. Haines jumped in, pushing back on Hostin's argument, stating that Schumer didn't have the votes to take a hardline stance and that his decision prevented an even worse outcome. "He knew what he was doing," Haines explained. "They had just enough votes to avoid a shutdown. If they had pushed back for the sake of optics, Republicans would have gutted even more from the bill." The debate grew heated as Hostin shot back, claiming that Schumer essentially handed Republicans control of the situation, allowing them to dictate terms without consequences. Alyssa Farah Griffin, the conservative voice on the panel, stepped in to argue that shutting down the government would have been a disaster for veterans, the economy, and essential services. "People wouldn't get their VA benefits, and it would cost the economy billions," she pointed out. "That's not fighting for the American people, it's reckless." Schumer himself had addressed these concerns when he appeared on the show, defending his decision by citing programs like SNAP, mass transit, and Medicaid, which could have been deemed non-essential by conservatives if a shutdown had taken place. "When you're a leader, you have to recognize a crisis before it happens and prevent it," Schumer had explained. The debate between the co-hosts highlighted the deep divide over political strategy, whether Democrats should take a firm stand at all costs or make calculated moves to prevent potential disaster. The passionate discussion made one thing clear: there are no easy answers when it comes to governing, and even among allies, the path forward remains a point of contention.